Well, hello there, everyone. All right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coding our own names, meaning that we're going to be taking each letter of our name and we're going to be coding it to do something specific. Okay, so let me scoot this over. First things first, you're going to go to File, you're going to go New, and you're going to open up a new template that we have here. Okay, you're going to be renaming it. Name your first and last name. And then we're going to call it name code. Okay, easy, done. Now, let me make my screen a little smaller so we can fit everything on there. Okay, perfect. Now, first things first, get rid of the cat. We don't need him. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start choosing to make our letters. Okay, so you're going to click on the cat, the sprite, and you're going to go up to the paint option. All right, and this is where we start making all of our letters. You're going to click on the T and then pick a color. All right, and each letter, I want you to pick a different color. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to pick this kind of jazzy coral color that we have here. And then I'm going to do M for Mrs. Quinn. All right, when you click on it, you're going to click on the letter, and this weird kind of box with circles will come up on it. This is how we can make our letters bigger. Okay, you don't want to make them too big, but make it big enough that you can kind of see it on your coding block on the right-hand side. Okay, you've now officially made your first letter, and you're going to do that for your entire name. Okay, so I'll do it again just to show you. Again, each letter, if you can please have different, you could also have it be a different font if you want to go real wild. I'm going to do it again. Ooh, I like that color. All right, R, and click on it. And then you get that lovely grid, and you're going to make the grid big. Okay, now if you notice on the right-hand side, the letters are starting to kind of all crowd each other. Don't worry about that right now, okay? We're just worrying about making our name, okay? Then I'm going to change that font, make it kind of, I don't like that one. All right, MR, again, S. S is next. Different color. Let's see. Sure. S. Again, you want to make it bigger. S. You're going to keep doing this. I know it feels like it's tedious. It'll come once it's all done, it's going to look awesome. I promise you. Okay. Just going to take a hot second. Quinn. Again, if you want to change, I would prefer if each letter was different, just because that way when you code them separately, they'll really stick out because they're all separate. That's a fun color. Why isn't it? Okay. Now, if you want to do a nickname, you can. Okay, but if you don't have a nickname, then you're just spelling out your entire name. No, I'm not expecting this to be done in one class period, but I just want to see kind of where we go with this. All right, so no worrying. We're okay. We're all doing this together, okay? That was not what I was trying to do. Okay. I got crazy fingers. What can I say? All right. 2 more letters, and then we're done. And this is where we can really kind of start thinking about, you know, what exactly we're trying to accomplish here. Okay, do we Do we want our letters to spin? Do we want them to this is where we can kind of have some fun. All right, but we got to do this first. We got to put the hard work in first, all right? Again, it doesn't matter if your letters are bigger or smaller, because we'll be adjusting them at some point, okay? Last one, and then I'm gonna pick, oh, that's a fun. Okay. All right, done. Okay, I'm gonna move this over a little bit. And let's add a backdrop, okay? This is where you can choose to kind of go quite crazy. I'm gonna do just a pattern. Kind of like that, that's fun. All right, now what I want you to do is start arranging your letters, okay? So spell out your name. Basically, you're just dragging your letters because at some point, you're gonna code these each separately. Yes, I know this is going to be tedious, but I promise you, once it's all done, it's gonna look awesome. But again, this is a project that we're gonna be doing probably, I don't know, for the next few weeks. So it'll come to fruition and it's gonna look awesome. But again, you know, we're looking for, why is this? Why aren't you moving? Q. Okay. I'm on a struggle bus here. I don't know why it's not moving. Okay. Not me. And it's gonna look crazy because again, you're choosing different fonts, you're choosing different colors. That's okay. It's just a stylized version that we're going here because at some point we're going to be worrying about, we're gonna make our own Google logo. So we're just practicing for this because the big project's gonna be us designing our own Google logos. This R is very pesky right now. I don't know what's going on with it. It won't move. It doesn't want to play well with others here. There you go. Who's the boss here? All right, so I have my name, Mrs. Quinn. Now, this is where we're going to start moving things around. But remember, when always setting your code, you always need to do your events. Each of these codes all need to have this, okay? Because this is what's going to get your party moving. All right, so we're going to start off with the N. Okay, so you always know which one you're coding because if you look at the bottom, what's highlighted in blue is what you're coding at that moment. Okay, so I have my when green flag clicked. This is where I can start moving things around. Okay, so if I want, no, you know what? I think I want to spin mine around. Okay, I'm going to have it spin. Okay, as you see, this is what it's doing. All right. And if you're playing around with it and you see that you don't want it to, you want to start off where it was, you can move it around this way. Again, there's lots of really interesting like options for what you can do. Remember, you're the puppet master of these letters. Everything can go back to normal. You just got to swoosh them around, okay? Yeah, this is where it's your kind of time to get creative. If you want to change, if you want your letters to talk to each other, you can do that. This is really, if you want your letters to make a sound, you can do that. Okay, the sky's the limit for what you're doing. Again, this is all up to you. Okay, but this is what we're doing. We're individually coding each of these letters. And these letters are going to be doing stuff. Okay, what I'm asking for you to do is to have each of these each letter to have at least 4 layers of code. Okay, so as it stands, there's only 2 layers of code right now. I'm looking for it to move. I'm looking for it to, whether it's darting, whether it's spinning. Okay, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for some type of movement, and that's for all of the letters. Okay, again, each letter needs to get coded individually. So if I click on the S, there's no code for the S. Okay, so what I want you to do is work on the first letter, code it out, work on the second letter, code it out. And then you could be testing along the way, but remember, when you test and you move things, the letters are going to be darting all over the place. If you want it to start in the regular position, you have to drag it back each time. Okay? Because again, you're testing it out each step of the way. All right, so this is what we're working on. The finished product, I guarantee you it's going to look real cool. All right, so I hope you have fun with it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Check you later. I guess we're not checking you later. See ya.